Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, what's up, CSL? Good morning. Hey, very cool. Hey, I'm Jake, that's Yuri, and today we are the band, and look at this. We have some guest choir musicians coming up on stage to help me with the opening sing-along, so please sing along with them. You all know this one, and if not, just fake it. It's wonderful. That's basically what I'm doing anyway. Let's do it. Supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed. Let's sing that again. The right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here.
So here we are in the right place at the right time, right? Do you feel like you're in the right place? Now, what makes the right place the right place? That's the question. You know, I know that this is the right place because there's something that's kind of like moving me, something that's like grooving me, something that's like shaking me. It's bringing me some aliveness. It's allowing me to be free, don't you think? Don't you want to be free? Free from limitation, free. What do you want to be free of? Tell me, what do you want to be free of, huh? Yes, yes. Free from war, free from work, free from those beliefs that are holding us back. We want to relieve ourselves, release ourselves. We want to be in that place that we were meant to be. So let's bring it on today. Let's sing as if we're free. Come on, bring it on.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Oh, yeah. So, if your soul is welcome here, what are you claiming for yourself? Because, you know, this is the place of the Holy Spirit. This is the place where the infinite is showing up, and it's showing up as me, as you. But what is it exactly showing up as? Tell me, let me know. Joy, peace, wholeness, ease. Oh, yeah. Abundance. Yes. So if you claim to be, and you want to see that's what you claim to be, I want you to sing like you are feeling that ease, like you're feeling that joy, like you're feeling that abundance, like you're feeling it from your head to your toes, all the way through your nose, every part of your being grooving and shaking and seeing the truth of your own being, because that's what we're here to be, right? Okay, come on, bring it on with gratitude and appreciation. Let's do it.
I'm in the right place, the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Then again. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning. Good morning again. Hello. I see most of us got the green memo, so that's perfect. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle. My name is Karen Cleveland. I'm a minister here. I use the pronouns she, her. And I want to welcome you, and I want to welcome you online as well. In fact, if you are online, please feel a part of this community and the online community by letting us know who you are, letting us know where you're from, and if you've moved on from the Irish coffee to the Guinness yet. So I would like to, oh, they're gone. The cards are gone. In the seat backs in front of you, there are connection cards and prayer cards. Please fill them out. If you want to receive information from us, let us know what kind of emails you want to receive, which ministries you want to be a part of. Same online. There will be a link that you can click or go to spiritualliving.org and fill that out as well, so we can stay connected. In fact, join us every week, Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. Facebook, and you'll see a faith lift from Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis, who will, give us a little uplift to get you through the week. I would also like to mention that today, in-house and online, I'm sure, is the deadline for the Gourmets for God. And what this is, if you're new here, if you're not familiar with it, it is a great community event that we share food with each other. We meet new people. We go to each other's houses or different facilities, sometimes here. And today is the deadline for hosting or for cooking for someone. So if you need some inspiration, like you don't know what to do, you can talk to someone in the back. Maybe call them up online sometime today. I don't know how that's going to work, but today's the deadline. Bidding will start next month, and I've been a participant in the Gourmets for God ever since the beginning. And the very first time, I made pickles in my house with about 6 other people, so it was a lot of fun. So. Yes, so please note that. I also want to mention today I'm teaching a class, 3 Keys to Spiritual Living. It is across the street in the Education Annex and on Zoom. So please register in the back, or you can register online for that as well. I talk about the mystical secrets and the mystical principles that span across the religions that we talk about here in this church, and how you can apply them to your lives. So I talk about next steps. It's a very beginning class, so if you don't know what we're talking about here, please come to the class, ask questions, meet other people, and figure out what to do next. And so I look forward to seeing you there. And right now, I would like to introduce our musicians today. Rob and Melissa. They have been doing kirtan for, yes, they've been active in the kirtan arena for over 10 years. They've been here with CSL Seattle doing it every month for over a year. And yes, so please welcome them up again to the stage.
Hello, everybody. We're Rob and Melissa, and we're grateful to be here. So we sing kirtan, which is call and response chanting. It's a yoga practice. And so this first chant that we're going to do is actually a little bit of a mashup. We're going to chant a little bit, and you can see up on the wall behind me. Everybody please repeat after me. Shri Ram.
Shri Ram.
Jai Ram.
Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram.
And this means victory to Shri Ram. And Ram is another name for God in India. It's one of the most popular names for God. So we're just saying victory to the divine. And but then there's some English words, because we've mashed this chant up with a song that I wrote over 10 years ago called Breathe. And it's what led us to kirtan in the first place. I was playing this song in a place just like this. In fact, Genesis down in Burien, some of you may be familiar with. And there was a yoga teacher in the class, and she bought my CD and she started playing the song in her class. And then she called me up and she said, "Hey, would you like to come and lead kirtan at our studio?" And I said, "Sure." And I hung up the phone. I turned to Melissa. I said, "What's kirtan?" But anyway, the rest is history. The rest is history, and we're having a great time doing it. So the chanting part is call and response. Melissa's going to chant, and then you all, and I'm going to do it too, so you'll be able to sing with me, but you're all going to chant back. All right? Let's try it.
Jai
Everybody sing. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai hypnotized, caught up in the frame. When things don't go your way, realize it'll be okay. If you remember to breathe and close your eyes, you'll be able to read between the lines. Just remember to breathe and turn aside, 'cause that's where all the answers lie. Breathe in, breathe out. That's what life is all about. Breathe in the here and now. Forever I'll be breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. That's what life is all about. Breathe in the here and now. Forever I'll be breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Everybody sing that with me. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Breathe in, breathe out. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Breathe in, breathe out. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Breathe in, breathe out. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Breathe in, breathe out. Forever I'll be breathing.
You know, I have one of those talks today that's really a challenge for me. But I want to start off with saying that my name is Abigail Shire, and my pronouns are she and her. And I want to apologize to all of my friends who are gender fluid, gender inclusive, transgender, all of my friends who I have taken a long time to get how important it is for me to state my pronouns so they can feel safe. And I believe that I take actions that are inclusive and loving all the time. And I've had friends who are transgender and gender fluid for a long time, for years and years and years. And it wasn't until last month that I actually got how important it was. And so I wanted to apologize to everybody who this impacts. And I'm sorry that I didn't get it until now. And I hope you know that I'm continually evolving and changing. And my prayer is that I'll keep stepping into the way where I can be a welcoming presence of love and inclusivity. And sometimes I'm blinded by my own ignorance, and I hope you'll forgive me for that. And I want you to know that my ancestry, because people can make assumptions on the color of my skin, but my ancestry is actually Irish and German and Prussian. Where's Prussia? There's a lot of countries that are Prussia now. Russia, Poland. There's a lot of countries. So I don't really know where my ancestry is, and I have not done that DNA test. So I haven't been able to pinpoint it. But as one of the congregants just at first service shared with me, isn't it interesting because all these countries, like people are invading another country, and then they're invading another country, and then people are going all over the world. I mean, we're really everywhere, aren't we? And then here in America, I mean, goodness. We truly are made up of all different ethnicities. We have the people who were here, the indigenous people who were on this plot of land, the Coast Salish and the Sammamish and all the indigenous peoples that were physically here and wherever you are around the world. And then there's all the people who came in as either slaves or immigrants to this country. And so we're made up of a lot of different ethnicities here. And that, to me, is a benefit. But unfortunately, in our history in this country, we have definitely used it as a detriment to some of those people. We have utilized different laws and ways of being to subjugate and to treat one person worse than another person based on their skin color, or maybe their sexual orientation, or maybe now their gender identity. Not now, but always has been. So there's a lot going on. And I have to say, I'm really angry right now. I'm really angry. And so part of my talk is me struggling with the anger and changing it into passion. Because it's okay to be angry, because there's some injustices happening. I have a right to be angry, but the question is, how am I going to use that anger? And that's where I really want to shift that into, I am passionate about creating a world that works for all. And I mean, not just all the people, but this planet as well, all the life forms that are on it. I'm very invested in that. And Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith said that pain pushes until vision pulls. And so I have this greater vision, but oftentimes I'm in the pain of it. The anger is the pain of it. That's where I'm noticing. And it's okay to notice. It's actually really good to notice. Really good to notice. I'm reading a book right now. I'm like in the very beginning of it. So it's called Caste. And it's by a woman whose last name is Wilkerson. And she talks about a metaphor of a house that has fallen into disrepair. And imagine that, I don't know, you buy a house that's over 100 years old and you move into it. There might be some things wrong with it. I don't know if anybody of you here have a house, maybe you moved into, there you go. So some people are like, I understand that. I moved into a house and the people or it wasn't necessarily kept up as I would have hoped it would be. And because it wasn't kept up, then we're noticing there's a crack here, or the roof is leaking, or something is going on. And the deal is, there's something going on, you know that there's something not working, right? And then you send in some inspectors, or you send in some people to try and figure it out, and you have to uncover what the root of the problem is. And then you have to fix it. And oftentimes, it's a much bigger fix than you originally thought, right? And yet, you want to do the fix because you want the house to work in the way that you want it to work. So the woman who is writing this book talks about how in America, she says we have a caste system. Caste system, very similar to in India. In India, there is, for a long time, just baked into a lot of the religious belief systems, which they removed, by the way, this caste system. It still has inherited through people, and people still treat each other badly because they're of a different caste. So the woman in the book, she's talking about this for America because she said, it was interesting. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, he went to India to study Gandhi, to study this master who was able to create a revolution through nonviolence. He was actually able to take a stand for peace, noting that there were people who were being treated badly because of the conditions they were born into, and he believed that there was another way. And Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wanted to do the same thing here in America. And when he went over to India, these people who were of the lower caste, they called them the untouchables, welcomed him in as if he was one of them. And at first he was like, oh, I'm not one of you. And then he was like, oh, I get it. I am also treated as if I am of a lower beingness, personhood in my own country. And you understand what I've been taking a stand for. And so I understand that I am one of the untouchables. I am of that. And he was inspired by what he learned in India in order to take a stand back here in America. And the stand he took cost him his life. But the ripple effect of him taking that kind of stand has transformed this country dramatically in a way that I believe is in a vision that is in alignment with a way that works for everyone. Now, the deal with the house that you move into that has all the things that are sometimes not working is that you're the one that gets to help repair it or fix it. You're the one. If you move into that house, you might have not, picked it, or you might have not caused it, but you get to be the one to take a stand to transform it. That's only one of the things that I'm stirred about. I'm stirred about many things because there's a war going on in 39 countries around this planet. I know a lot of people are really focused on a couple of particular wars. The war that's happening in Gaza, the one that's happening in Ukraine. There's wars happening in Ethiopia. There's genocide happening in Ethiopia, Sudan. Genocide is happening in Ukraine and on the Gaza Strip. A combined set of millions of people are being persecuted on this planet right now because of their differences or because of the land that they are on. Now, my soul is really upset with that. How, as a spiritual person, can I make any impact? What is there for me to do? I read a story about a Dutch woman, Jewish Dutch woman named Etty Hillesum. Now, the people in the Netherlands during World War II were invaded by the Nazis. All the Jews there were also persecuted. They were rounded up. They were sent to concentration camps in Auschwitz. And this wonderful woman wrote about her experiences. And so she has some diaries that she wrote about. And just before, and she was working kind of for the Nazis at one of the train depots that was sending people away. And she kind of got that maybe she might be one of those people eventually, which she was. And just before she was sent off to her death, she had these diaries that she handed to a friend and said, please publish them. And in her diary, she goes from a person who is, I'm just going to say, maybe either ignorant or has a bunch of privilege and doesn't understand what's going on or how she can make impact, to a person who is spiritually enlightened. And she has this in one of her journals. She says, what the Nazis are after is our total destruction. I accept that. I know it now. And I will not burden others with my fears. I shall not be bitter if others fail to grasp what is happening to us Jews. I work and continue to live with the same conviction, and I find life meaningful. Yes, meaningful, although I hardly dare say so in company these days. Living and dying, sorrow and joy, the blisters on my feet, and the jasmine behind the house. The persecution, the unspeakable horrors, it is all as one in me, and I accept it as a mighty whole. She found something in her, something that could not be taken away, something that was a peace, an inner sanctuary of peace and conviction. I mean, can you imagine in the darkest pit, witnessing these atrocities just like are happening now? She was able to find that thing. And what I know is that thing cannot be taken away from us. And it is the thing that I am also seeking inside of me. It is the place of inner peace and inner love. And that place of inner peace and inner love, when I tap into that, I recognize and know that that is the place where action comes from. Because when I act from that sense of conviction and love, I know that I can make a difference where I am. And I know that each and every person is a place where that shows up. That we are divine conduits of peace on this planet. That perhaps you came into this spiritual center because you wanted to find your own spiritual center. Well, once you find your own spiritual center, there's something that you do with that center, and that is you take action. This is a place where peace shows up on the planet. And I am angry about what is happening to my fellow human beings, but also I am not without resources. And the resource is the infinite spirit that loves and adores me as if I were its most precious being, but it does that for every single one of us. And when I'm reminded of that, I start treating others in that way. Now, I have this picture of a labyrinth because it kind of reminds me of the soul's journey, I'll say. You see, we're not just human beings having an occasional spiritual experience, but we're multi-dimensional souls in an ocean of pure consciousness showing up as a human wave in this reality. If you study quantum physics, we're merely waves in the ocean of consciousness. And on the labyrinth, We have these outer rings. There are our human experiences, our human identities. And we navigate these, and they're all interlocking over each other, all of our labyrinths. And the inner layers are like our energy bodies, and then the center of it is the core of our being, which is the luminous place of pure consciousness itself. And in that pure consciousness, we are all united and part of that one thing. And we are each individually guided in our own pull towards that vision to create something beautiful together. And what that means is we identify those places where the challenge is happening, the place in our house where the roof is leaking, and we say, what's going on under there? We might have to gut it. We might have to transform it. We might have to remove things that no longer serve us, like our beliefs and our ways of being with each other. But once we do that, we create something new together. Now, I have to believe that a God that created all of the universe itself, all the planets, our sun, which is one of billions and billions and billions of suns in the universe, and we've only just begun on the little known universe that we can identify so far, that creation that is creating all of us, that it might know a way that both Israel and Palestine could have a win-win-win solution. It might know a way we could be a place where peace shows up in the midst of all of that. It might know a third way. There's a beloved poet, Sufi poet named Rumi. For those of you who don't know, that Sufism is a Islamic brand of mysticism. And Rumi was a Muslim mystic. He said, out beyond the wrongdoingness and the right-doingness, the ideas of wrongdoingness and right-doingness, there is a field. I will meet you there. And what he was pointing to is there's something in our consciousness where we have removed this idea of us and them. It's important to understand and acknowledge and appreciate our differences, because that's what makes us beautiful. But not to the point where we start creating fractions as a result of them. My way is better than your way. I know the right way and you do not. That might be familiar to you. Maybe that's in your family. Maybe it's in our country. Maybe it's in our politics. How do we transcend that? How do we come to a place where we can get above all of that and take action from a place of knowing that this planet was divinely designed for all of us to co-create something magnificent together, and we are a part of it? We need to find that inner sanctuary. We need to tap into that. We need to be liberated from our us and them mentality. Now, I do it too. I have that. When somebody does something that I feel wronged, I want to go wrong them back. I watched this movie. It was called Damsel. Anybody seen it yet? It's like #1 on Netflix. I will kind of ruin it for you, but I still want you to go see it. Just saying. I love dragons, and this is a dragon movie. So, yeah. And so it starts off, and there's a king, and there's a ferocious dragon, and so the king comes into the dragon's cave and destroys the eggs, and then the dragon roars, and kills all the king's men, and then there's just the king there, and he's alone because everybody else is dead. And he's like, oh, have mercy on me. And the dragon says, okay, I'll have mercy on you. I want you to sacrifice your 3 daughters for millennia. And so you can feel how it is. Your entire royal line will continue to be a sacrifice so you can understand. And so the king agrees to do this. So in the movie, there's the damsel who ends up being one of the sacrifices. And in the movie, she figures out the dragon's been wronged. The dragon had its babies killed. How would you feel if you had your babies killed? Not so great. Wouldn't you be mad too? But then she's one of the sacrifices. She's like, that's not cool either. I don't want to die. That's not fair. I didn't come into this agreement. And in a way, she figures out how to awaken the dragon to the fact that she has been perpetuating the same thing she got mad at the king for. And see, when we get to that place, we are taking a stand for peace. That is taking the high road, but it also means that we need to take some pretty courageous actions. I mean, that damsel, she was risking her life to say, this has got to stop. It's got to stop. And the only way it can stop is if I don't do the same thing to you that you did to me. And where is that happening on the planet? All over. Now, we may not be in another country, but we have it in our own country. And we can be a place, a pillar where peace and love show up. Where we can say, I am a place where change happens. I see what is going on, and what I want to do is I want to take a stand for a new idea of possibility. That anger moves to passion. That anger. And it's not an angry like, oh, you're wrong because you've been doing it wrong. If I've destroyed the us and them mentality, I've come into a place of power and love, which pulls people in and does not push people out. And that is a spiritually challenging place to be. But that is your call if you choose to take it. And it is a big call, and it means really paying attention to how you are in the world and how you are impacting others in the world. And if, like me, you awaken to the fact that simply by saying my pronouns is an act of love and inclusivity, then maybe you might take a small action as well to be a place of change. And I invite you to consider tapping into that truth. I have one last story for you. And it's a story of a small village that had an ancient orange tree. It was gigantic, huge, huge orange tree. And the villagers would gather around and they'd eat the oranges and they'd talk and they'd settle disputes and they'd have conversations around this tree. And they'd try and get to know each other and understand each other better. And one year, a severe drought struck the land. And there was a shortage of food and water. And in this shortage of food and water, all of the orange tree's leaves started fading. All the fruit fell off the tree, and there was nothing. And the village was strained by scarcity. And what did the villagers do? They started fighting. They started fighting over the remaining resources. And one day, a wise village elder woman came up to the tree and gathered all the village people. And she told of an ancient forest. This forest had trees that were interconnected by their roots. It was a vast forest. And when this forest noticed one of the trees were suffering and didn't have the right nutrients, all of the trees would send nutrients to that one tree through those roots. And when she told the villagers this story, they woke up. They realized that by fighting amongst themselves, they were just creating their own demise. They were just creating their own destruction, which if they had acted as if the forest did and worked together and pooled their resources, they could actually help lift each other up. And so they did do that. They decided to find a well far away, and they pooled their resources to bring the water in to support each other so that they could work together. And from that point, the village thrived. Now, this sounds to me like a parable that's our parable. What happens when the climate changes and when resources dry up? People start fighting over them. Wars start happening. People start getting mad at each other because there's not enough. But the truth is, we're all interconnected like that root system. And if we would only tap into the resources that we have with each other and support each other through the challenges, then maybe we would all survive and maybe we would even thrive. Now that is the world that I want to live in. And that is what I'm passionate about. And that's what I believe us to be. Thank you. And so it is. Let's pray. So tapping into that centeredness, knowing that the truth of our being is that there is an infinite resource that is our source and resourcing us over and over and over again. It is unlimited. It is infinite. And in the infiniteness, every time I give something away, it continues to resource me. And so just as that interconnected forest, I know that I am a place that gives of what I have to support the whole. That I'm a place where I take a stand for love and peace and harmony on this planet. And I recognize the interconnectedness of it all, the intersectionality of it all. I know that I am a place where love shows up. I am a place where peace shows up. I am a place where transformation shows up. And from this solid, powerful place, I take a stand for love. I take a stand for peace. And I know that without a doubt, that it carries me forward into each and every action that is mine to do, knowing that for each and every one of us, they are different actions, and yet each action put together collectively makes a shift on this planet, aligns us with that vision instead of the pain. And so I call forth this vision, and I know that it informs the way that I speak. It informs the way that I act. It informs the way that I vote. It informs the way that I dream and imagine. It informs the way that I create, because I know that there is a vision that I am in alignment with. And I believe that I came here to participate in the co-creation of it. And I believe that each and every one of us are here saying yes to that. And in that truth, I claim it, I know it, I profoundly accept it, and I declare it without a doubt. And I know that it allows me to be guided every step of the way. And I'm so grateful, because this is what I love. I love the beauty of life. I appreciate it. I cherish it. I acknowledge it. And I know that I am it. And so it is. Thank you.
So this is a perfect time to sing our prayer for peace together. If you look up behind me, you'll see mantras. This is a very, very old, ancient mantra from the Vedas, thousands of years old. And please repeat after me. Asatoma
Asatoma
Sadgamaya
Sadgamaya
Tamasoma
Tamasoma
Jyotirgamaya
Jyotirgamaya
Mrityorma
Mrityorma
Amritam Gamaya.
Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Om.
Om Shanti Shanti Om.
It means, Lord, please lead us from untruth to truth. Lead us from darkness to light. And lead us from death to immortality. Peace, peace. So Melissa will sing the first round so you can hear the melody, and then just please join in with us.
Let's start with 3 ohms together. Inhale. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Let's join her.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
One more time.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Om.
One more.
Om Shanti Shanti Om. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Sounds beautiful.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Om.
I love that prayer for peace. Yeah. So I have a couple of quick announcements for you. First of all, after service today, stick around because there's a potato bar downstairs. Yeah. And the potato bar is in support of our Next Thought group, which is a group of individuals who are 18 to 35-ish. And they want to go to CBEC. And so they would love some support and funding. And so they created a nice potato bar just for you to have for lunch. So I encourage you to go downstairs and eat and partake of that. And those of you online who cannot partake, if you want to make a donation, we will gratefully accept any donation towards Next Thought. Just be sure to indicate that. In addition, today, Create a Better World Spring into Service projects start today. So our Create a Better World team has a ton of service projects that they want to embark on. So please do notice that there is an annual Spring into Service fair downstairs from now through March 31st after each service. And I want to point out that the Earth Action Team, which last year was a newly formed team, wants to survey you. And so if you go downstairs, they want to know, there's a lot of things to take action on the earth. And so they want to know, like, what is pressing for you so that they can be in alignment with what the greater whole wants for action. So please do talk to the Earth Action team. And it's a great way to build community in addition to doing your service projects. And you can find online, there's a place where you can go to the Spring into Service Fair. I don't remember where it is, but sorry, whoever's online monitor, hopefully you can find the link for our online people who can actually take action and do service along with us during this month. In addition, next week is our annual meeting of members and community conversation. It's at 12:15 to 2. It's on Zoom. So if you're here during second service and you want to stick around, we will have the big screen up doing the Zoom so you can be watching online here in person. And for those of you online, you can just show up on Zoom. And it's for everybody. Even if you're not a member, you're welcome to come to the annual meeting. But only the members can participate in the election of the new board members. In addition, we have Good Friday and Easter Sunday coming up. So Good Friday is on March 29th. And Good Friday, this is what Kathy Ann wrote, and I'm going to get it right this time. Come as an initiate to higher wisdom for this interactive service. So Kathy Ann and a group of people just came back yesterday from Egypt, so I'm just going to guess something is brewing that has to do with some downloads that came through in Egypt. So please come to our Good Friday service. In addition, our Easter theme is Rising Together, and the message of the Jesus story, the myth, the story, the allure of that time in Jesus' life is really an indicator that we have the power to roll away the stones of our cultural beliefs and our habits and made new. So if you want to hear that talk, I encourage you to come on Easter Sunday. Bring your family, bring your friends. You know we do things a little bit differently here. We'd love to see you bring some new people to enjoy it with us. So that's all I have here. And it has come to our time of our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And so I would love to invite Richard to come up and his snazzy jacket. Yeah. Always dressed really nicely. I admire all of those outfits. And I want you to know that we are a community that we invest in ourselves and we invest in transforming the world to make it a place where that people feel like they belong and people know that this is a place of love and inclusivity. And so if you want to make an investment, we're a nonprofit, just like many out there, and we are sustained by the gifts of all of you. So if you want to make a gift, just put your hand over your heart, and maybe you could just make a gift of love. And know with me that this gift blesses and multiplies and touches generations of people. It is evidence of our faith and our belief, and it does great work in the world. And it multiplies easily, effortlessly, and often, both for the giver and for the receiver, which is all of us. And for that, I'm grateful. So feel free to come up, bring your offering in the basket. If you give online or you have nothing to give, you always have something to give, which is a blessing. So feel free to come and bless our offering if you want to. Thank you, and have a nice Irish jig.
Thank you, thank you. And with my wee bit of an Irish lilt, I will invite you, for those in the Zoom universe, to there are practitioners waiting to hold you in love and light, and reflect and remember who you truly are, that you are divine. And I will, at the back in the corner, is the amazing Mary, as she hands out certificates upon your requests for your prayers, the transformation box. When you put it in there, you are transformed. And for over here in the corner, the amazing, the one and only, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, the terrifically, totally cool TC will be leading the prayer, should I say, the sacred circle, where you were held in love and laughter, and you let go and know yourself as who you are. And with that, please close your eyes if you're called to, and take some deep breaths. And notice what you're feeling at this moment. Because I love Reverend Abigail's invitation to feel the feelings and let it be a call to action. And the action is love and peace, and so it is.
All right, everybody, it's closing sing-along time. I don't have any funny jokes or Irish accents to try and fail at, so I'm just going to start it up. So there.